Hey, everybody out there in the internet land to episode 93. I guess I should say welcome, not hey, to episode 93 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. I am Big Pops Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fan Art. And as always, my lovely cohort.
Hi, sweet friends. My name is Hannah Jo, aka Sis. And together, we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
Family friendly. For those of you joining us live, because we do tape this live on the Book of Faces, those of you who just see the video, don't get the cool music. So download the podcast.
A podcatcher near you, ladies and gentlemen.
And since it's a podcast, Hannah, tell everybody what we do here.
Sweet friends, welcome. Well, hey, as always, we're going to start off with some nerd news to us. We're going to chat about what we've been binging. And then Pops is going to share his pull list with us. We're also going to review a comic and a movie today. So we don't have to keep it trucking, if you will.
Well, the comic is just a single.
It's just a one shot. Yeah. So we're reviewing the one shot Total Party Killer from Scout Comics.
Yeah.
And we're reviewing the interesting Madame Webb on Netflix.
SMH. Anywho.
Shaking my head, Dad says.
Let's get into it with...
You texted me randomly and said, let's watch Madame Webb. And I said, okay.
Hey, let's do it. Let's jump in. Now, nerd news to us. Hannah, you said you've got something good for me.
I need to know.
Please tell me it's not Deadpool news, because that's all everything is.
Of course not. Do you know Pommel Horse Guy?
Pommel Horse Guy?
Do you know Pommel Horse Guy?
I don't know. No.
Okay. This happened this past week.
Is this in the Olympics?
This is the Olympics.
Okay.
This last week in the Olympics, a young man on the U.S. gymnastics team.
Oh, yeah. Him. I watched him.
Yeah, you watched
the guy
who
just sat there in the back.
Yeah, with his glasses on and his eyes closed. His name is Steven.
Okay. Go ahead.
Steven decided, he's from Penn State. He decided that his event in gymnastics, in men's gymnastics, was going to be pommel horse. And that's what he was going to put all of his attention and all of his focus in, is he was going to do pommel horse. And so this young man in men's all around, is it 2 or 3 people that are allowed to do each task?
I don't know the answer to that.
Each event, task, LOL.
Gotcha.
But there's only a couple people in each group that is allowed to do each task or event in gymnastics. So men's gymnastics, it's parallel bars, it's
floor routine, the rings.
Floor, rings, vault,
uneven bars,
pommel horse, and then one bar.
They don't do uneven bars. They do the 2 bars.
They do the parallel bars, and then they have the 1 bar that they do events.
All right.
So this young man, Steven, who is an electrical engineer.
Oh, okay.
From Penn State, devoted all of his time and energy
to do
pommel horse.
Now he's got a silver medal or bronze.
Bronze. He's 2 bronze medals because he won bronze overall in pommel horse. So he is the third best. And then his team won overall bronze.
He was the last one to go for the team.
The team knew how many points this man had to get on pommel horse.
Yeah.
And so there are so many memes on the internet about Pommel Horse Guy.
That's so funny. I watched that live.
Are obsessed with him.
That's hilarious.
They're like, he's a sleeper agent. The sleeper agent. He was activated to do pommel horse.
Yes. Pommel Horse go.
Pommel Horse Guy activated. Other people are saying, so like a big thing that happened this past summer with Barbie, with the Barbenheimer, is people saying this Ken's job is blank.
Oh,
Like
that's
Ken
gotcha.
and Barbie was like, my job is beach. And so there was a lot of headlines that says this Ken's job is Pommel Horse.
Pommel Horse. My job is Pommel Horse.
This Ken's job.
I'm gonna have to look
Pommel
those
Horse.
up. That's fun.
And he was doing these interviews and they gave him a Rubik's Cube and he solved a Rubik's Cube in like 30 seconds. He's like standing there doing an interview, like solving a Rubik's Cube.
So, because world record's like 5 or 6 seconds or something like that.
He did it in like less than a 60-minute second, like clip.
60-second clip. I have to look at that. That's amazing.
And so like he's doing all of this stuff and everyone was just laughing about him like meditating with his eyes closed.
That was so funny.
So Pommel Horse Guy.
He knew after
he got up there and
when he dismounted, he was like, yeah.
He was like, we and it's been 16 years.
What?
16 years since the men's U.S. gymnastics has won a medal.
Yeah, wow.
That's awesome. It's all because they knew that's the only thing that he did. And so having a person on the team that only does one event
that's pretty
is a pretty big deal.
You got to be pretty good.
You got to be pretty dang good.
Yeah, to just do that.
Pommel Horse Guy.
Nice. Well, you talked about Rubik's Cubes. Rubik's Cubes got new Rubik's Cubes coming out.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're superheroes.
Oh, fun.
So like it'll be Hulk's face on one side. They're DC and they're doing DC and Marvel Rubik's Cubes. That I might actually have to buy a Rubik's Cube.
That's so fun.
And then teach myself how to do it instead of
Trevin could teach you.
I normally would just peel off the stickers and change sides.
I was telling Trevin about Pommel Horse Guy. I like chitter chatted to him for like 45 minutes about how cool I thought Pommel Horse Guy was.
That's awesome.
And Trevin I told him about the Rubik's Cube and he was like, I can do a Rubik's Cube. I said, that's why I told you.
And it's awesome. That's awesome.
So Trevin could teach you.
All right. Well, okay, Trevin, I'm your pupil.
Have you seen the Beetlejuice 2 trailer? The Beetlejuice trailer. It looks fun.
It does look fun.
Not at all what I thought that movie was going to be.
Yeah, he's going to be like an anti-hero, maybe?
Yeah. It's giving anti-hero vibes.
Yeah, I agree with that. It
takes place in the like afterlife world, which we only get like a taste of. But it looks like the majority of the plot is taking place in that world.
I know Willem Dafoe's in it. So
Willem Dafoe.
And because of that, we're getting Beetlejuice fudge striped cookies.
Are you really?
100%. I just saw it. I was like, I'm not even going to mention that. But since you mentioned Beetlejuice, I was like, yep, fudge stripe. They're like green and something. I wonder if they're a weird flavor or whatever. But yeah.
Are those the cookies that taste extra good when they're put in the freezer?
Sort of. They're like round and they have the chocolate on the bottom.
And they're chocolate on the bottom and the squiggles on top.
And the squiggles on top. Yep.
Yeah. Those taste really good in the freezer.
There you go. All right. Hey, I've got something for you.
Okay, tell me.
Harry Potter Squishmallows. Yes. Can you believe it? They're coming out first, there'll be Ron, Hermione.
Cute. I want a Luna.
Not just that. They're doing Dobby.
Yes.
The Phoenix known as Fox.
Yes, Fox the Phoenix.
Hedwig.
Classic.
The Sorting Hat.
Absolutely not.
And Mandrake.
Oh, cuties.
Yeah, so there's several.
Mandrake is a root that you pull out and it screams. And so they have to wear like earmuffs.
That's hilarious.
And so a lot of parents will put their like infant child in a pot with like a headband and take pictures of them crying. And it's like a mandrake.
That's terrible.
It's hysterical. That's so cute.
That is not hysterical.
Mandrake baby pictures.
That's horrible. Gone. Flipping weirdy Harry Potter folks. All right. You got anything else?
I do.
Okay.
Just to preface.
Okay.
This is related to a Turner family favorite movie pizza night film.
Okay.
So we had some standard movie pizza nights, films that we would watch, especially when we had people over for a pizza night.
Okay.
And I just need you to know that Matt's on my side and he thinks that the Mandrake pictures are funny. So you just needed to know that.
All right. I see that.
What are...
He's a nerdy too.
No, it's funny.
Ahead. Okay, go ahead.
It's news about a Turner family favorite film.
I don't know.
What
Is it a
are
Christmas
the like?
film or
No, it's not a Christmas film. This is like a pizza night DVD that we had.
like Nim's Island?
There were like four or five.
Day After Tomorrow.
No, this
That's
is
more
like
me.
yeah, movie night, family movie night.
Mr. Megorium's.
Those are two of Mom's favorites. What are like three of the family
I
favorites?
don't know. You have to tell me.
Dad,
I can't. I don't know.
fired. You're not
Well,
actually fired. I love
Princess
you so much.
Bride.
National Treasure.
Oh, yes. My bad. We love National Treasure. But
Dad.
it's just, we like it. We watch it so much.
National Treasure. Vin Diesel, the pacifier.
Yes, the pacifier. I forget about that one too.
It's not even.
Anyway,
LOL.
National Treasure. What's the news?
That it's being written. National Treasure 3 is currently in the
serious?
is being written.
Because it was
And
what's on page 81.
There are multiple antagonists. The writer says that the treasure has not been guessed. No one has like guessed what the treasure is yet. And that he is hopeful that the three main characters will return.
Well, Nicolas Cage will do anything.
Nicolas Cage is wonderful. And
the other
obsessed.
two, have they been in anything lately?
No. They're all going to do it.
Get the money grab.
But National
Get
Treasure
the
3,
money
here's the
grab.
thing.
What?
The article that I read was like, here's what we've learned. There's been like 10, 15 years between now and the last one, but people can wait a minute and do a very good sequel.
All right.
Top Gun, Maverick, Twisters, like a lot of these like sequels that are coming out from these like classic, LOL, these like classic, these older films.
I'm officially old.
I'm
Just say
sorry.
it. That's cool. I don't care.
Twister is good, and so is Top Gun.
Yeah, they're great. I agree.
They're both very good. But National Treasure 3 is being written, and I am excited about it. I will go see it in the theaters.
Okay. Marvel announced that the movies that they've got coming out between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars all no, Marvel did not announce. This is a
Speculation.
very strong speculation. Okay. That all the movies that take place between those two movies are going to be set on Battleworld. So, which means that the Secret Wars movie is going to be the 2000 Secret Wars, not the one that I love.
Aww.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know. But apparently there's like a Spider-Man movie in the works. So what happened in
Tom Holland?
Yeah. So what happened in Battleworld is basically Dr. Doom created a planet with these different multiverses, parts from different places in the multiverse, and made a planet. And that's where the Battleworld was. The original Secret Wars there was a character called the Beyonder who just created a world. Basically, he took parts of planets and created a world, brought superheroes and villains there, and made them basically fight. That's what Secret Wars were. And I would love the OG, but yeah, that's me.
Man.
I may have just looked up how to purchase all the Battleworld and all the tie-ins. I think I could get them for about $300, $350.
That's not awful.
So,
You gonna try to get them?
I don't know. Maybe not. What else you got?
Shoot, I was going to tell you something that was related tangentially to what you were just talking about, and
Battleworld?
and I can't remember what it was, and it was
Dr.
going to
Doom?
be good. I don't know.
Oh, well.
That's a big bummer for me.
That's okay. So, I don't know if you know this or not, but in the comic books, Deadpool is dead.
Classic.
And his daughter, Ellie, is taking over for him. And she's being trained by the Taskmaster. Did you watch the Black Widow movie?
Yeah.
With the Taskmaster
I watched it at the drive-in. Don't watch that at the drive-in. Garbage drive-in movie.
Gotcha. I liked the movie. I thought it was good. But the Taskmaster is a character who basically learns and knows all the moves of the Avengers. That's what his character was. So he is training Ellie, Deadpool's daughter.
Right on.
Right on, right on.
Right on.
Yep.
I care a lot, as a side, about what movie is and is not right for the drive-in, because I was so excited to watch The Lion King live action at the drive-in. I even bought a t-shirt, and it was garbage.
No, we watched
garbage at the drive-in.
We watched Jungle Book in the drive-in, and that was terrible too.
It was garbage at the drive-in.
But I didn't think that was a good movie anyway.
I didn't watch the Jungle Book. We did watch
the live action.
I was so mad about it.
It's hard to get emotion. It's hard for animals to emote. It's easier for animation to emote.
There's a Mufasa movie coming out.
I did see that. Say it again.
Mufasa. Woo. Okay, my last piece of news.
All right.
Is this a spoiler? Does everyone just know who the bad guy is in the new Deadpool movie? That's not a spoiler,
woman.
Is it? Yeah.
It's
okay.
Cassandra Nova.
Have you seen the picture of her fake fingers? She wore prosthetic fingers.
I am trying so hard not to see anything to deal with this movie. And every other piece of news is Deadpool this. This is the accent I used. This is me as a cameo. This is me. Even your mom goes, did you know that Jennifer Garner's Elektra? I was like, yeah.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to add to the drama, but the thing that I saw that was so funny was the actress who played Princess Di in
The Crown.
Mm-hmm. She was being interviewed about her fingers, and she showed her manicure. She goes, "This is what my actual hands look like."
Gotcha.
It was not my hands, and I was like, "It didn't look like they were fake hands." And then I looked at the picture. Her nails are so her nail bed is so funky, and her fingers are creepy long.
Did AI do it?
I think that she literally had prosthetic fingers.
That's crazy.
And then a lot of it is AI. A lot of it is AI. But just her showing this is my actual hand. And then me going back, and there's a photo of her where she has her hands up and she's wearing her bald cap, and it's her makeup. And I was like, oh, her hands look normal. And then I zoomed in and I went, oh no. Oh no. It was so, ooh.
Oh gosh.
The AI is wrong, but the CGI there is not great.
Oh well. I haven't seen it yet. So.
They do
yeah.
She does mind magic.
Someone told me that there's so many one-offs and cameos and stuff that as the movie gets older, it will not age well.
That's what Trevin thinks.
That's what
Trevin thinks it's going to age very poorly.
But it doesn't matter because it made $7 billion or whatever.
I mean, I'm not going to spoil that for you because that spoiler is so good.
Let's stop.
The bit.
Just stop.
There's a Despicable Me bit.
Okay. That's funny.
That's hysterical.
All right. Okay.
And you will know exactly what I mean. And I did not. There's a Despicable Me bit. That's hysterical.
I watched a group of people who took, you know how in The Office, he always said, that's what she said?
Mm-hmm.
With someone who did that with the bombing of the Death Star. And after they said something, they go, that's what she said. It's pretty bad, but you have to go and just rewatch it. Anyway, I had one more thing to say, and it's comic book related. So, and we'll hit the Marvel one when I do the full list, but DC is I mentioned the Absolute Power comic and how when that comes to an end, they're launching their Absolute Power universe.
Yes.
But they're also doing something called DC All In, which is a complete new storyline and new creative team on all their main titles. So you will be able to start over and jump on probably in October, maybe. I can't remember exactly when. But yeah, that was it. I just want to say that. And we'll talk about Marvel's plan when we get to the comic.
Sick.
All right. Hannah.
Yes.
What you been binging the last week?
Okay. Trevin and I went to go see Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Somebody said it was horrible. Did you like it?
It was spooky to me.
All right.
Here's the thing.
Did it have a twist ending?
Yes.
It's M. Night Shyamalan ding dong. He always does the twist ending.
Here's the thing with me.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk more about this when we get to Madame Webb.
Okay.
Enjoy a trash movie.
I get you. Yeah.
It does not have to be, man, I thought really hard. And this was really clever.
Yeah.
It can be absolute garbage.
Okay.
And I will be like, I had a good time.
Well, good. So you had a good time? Because you don't like scary movies.
I don't like spooky things. So I was proud of myself for staying there. There were multiple
I don't know that
times.
this is a spooky movie.
It's more thrilling than anything else.
Thriller, suspense, and the guy's a serial killer.
The guy, they do this thing where when he's talking to someone, it's very zoomed in close of the person's face.
Yeah. Okay.
And that really big on a screen was
creepy.
Unsettling.
Gotcha.
Something that I thought was sweet was that M. Night's daughter was one of the main characters. And she wrote a lot of the music.
Oh.
She's an actress and a singer. And so I thought that was sweet.
Nepotism always reigns.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
Hey, let's create a podcast and get family members to do everything about it we can.
Same. I don't feel bad about that at all.
Heck, we'll even get them to watch us online.
If you were a movie director, and I wanted to be an actress,
no, I would just have you write Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yes, nepotism. I'm not mad at it.
I like that movie.
I've been watching. I started again Vox Machina.
Okay.
Which I love. It's a cartoon based off of the Critical Role Vox Machina campaign. You can watch their campaign on Instagram, YouTube. I'm okay. I would not recommend it unless you have literal hours on hand because each one is like 3 to 4 hours and there are like 180.
Yeah, it's a bunch.
Just watch the TV show. It's cute.
There you go. Yeah.
It's not
or
for
read
kids.
the comic.
Read the comic. There's also a comic. Trevin and I watched Man from U.N.C.L.E.
The old series or the newer movie?
The newer movie.
Okay.
And he said that might be a fun movie for us to talk about. I think that it could be. It was
I wrote
very
down
good.
two that just came on Prime this month.
Oh, fun.
Dark
Man from U.N.C.L.E. was really cool. We watched the Women's Olympic Vault, which is Simone Biles'
We've been watching bukus of Olympics.
Event of choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We watched the women's soccer live on Saturday, and it went to over 30-minute extra. Woo! And then they scored. So they beat Japan 1-0 to go to play today against Germany. So the winner of this match goes to the gold-silver match. And again, it went into 0-0, went into overtime, and they scored again. So now they play for gold on Saturday.
That's wild.
Yep. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's Simone Biles' event of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that she created her own vault that was an absurd amount of points. And something that I thought was really cute.
Oh, yeah. Did she win vault? Yes, she did.
She crushed.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She was like 0.5 points ahead of the other girl that's really good. And the other girl that was really good was like 0.8 points ahead of the person in bronze. Like it was not a fight for gold. It was not a fight for silver. It was a fight for bronze.
Wow, that's crazy.
The thing that I thought was really cute and that was like really entertaining was the flavor commentary was done by Laurie Hernandez.
I don't know who that is.
Was on, you do. She's the girly pop that had curly hair and had a very sweet smile in the 2016 Summer Olympics.
I don't remember.
I just remember thinking that she was so cool.
Okay,
she was great on Beam.
Oh,
and so she did the 2016 Olympics and then got hurt and before the 2020 Olympics and then couldn't do the 2020 Olympics. And so she has been doing flavor commentary for women's gymnastics and has been so...
You're saying flavor.
I don't know what the words are.
Color, I think.
Okay.
Well, I like flavor. That sounds cool.
I mean, it's flavor too.
It is. Flavor. He was there.
Flavor Flav was there.
Okay. So the whole Martha Stewart Snoop Dogg thing just...
Who cares?
I'm tired of that. But anyway, go ahead.
And I just thought that was really sweet. That it was like...
Awesome.
And she said it in ways that made it so easy to understand. She was like, like she would like say before like the scores came out. Oh, that score, she's going to have a penalty for this and a penalty for that. And she goes, you can't really see it, but in the slowdown, you can tell how her shoulders aren't hitting the box right. And I'm like, how did you, like, she went, like, they ran and then swirled and then it was it. And I was like, how did you see that?
Isn't that crazy?
But I thought that it was so fun.
That is cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so you've been watching the Olympics. You watch the women's soccer. What else have you watched?
Olympics. The 1500.
Pommel Horse Guy. You watched that?
I watched Pommel Horse Guy. We watched the 1500. I watched the 1500 today, men's. And
Running?
we won gold and bronze in that. And we were like 5th and 6th until the last 100 meter.
Dang.
I watched women's pole vault. Did you watch that?
I did not. I bet that was crazy.
Where the Australian broke the Australian record, and then like on her third try, and then the American on her third try matched it, and then they went up another, and then they on the third try they matched it again on both of them. Then it went up again, and they both took 3 tries and missed it. So then they were like, well, then you go into who has the most misses. And they had the same amount of misses. So then
Did they both share the gold?
Then it was, well, we can keep going or you can share the gold. And they were like, share.
As you should. I love the share the gold stuff. I watched a video about that today, about these 2 men it was jumping. I don't know if it was pole vault or if it was high jump.
Mm-hmm.
But they shared the gold.
Yeah, so
I think that's cute.
I know, watching a ton of Olympics every night, pretty much. I have I restarted the Blacklist on Netflix.
Classic.
I know, and I think this might be the last season for realsies. And I've watched it up to about season 4, and then I just quit. I'm going to say I started over again. I'm going to try to muscle through it.
I watched it through when she finds out her husband's bad, and then she hates him, and then decides she loves him again, and they start dating again.
Yeah, that's like season 2. I can't remember. It's pretty early. Yeah, he leaves like in season 3 or 4. Start his own show.
Oh man, that's funny. I have not gone very far. Then the one that I remember the most is the lady on the farm who like had a prison in her barn.
Oh, I don't know if I remember that one.
That's the one I remember the most. The barn prison.
That's funny. I like that Pee Wee Herman was in it. We also watched a couple episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Classic.
And I was downloaded a comic on Kindle, Creature Commandos, which is the animated movie that James Gunn is making for DC. I thought that might be cool to read on. So that's about it.
Can I tell you? Okay, so I don't know if I told you this or not, that I found that a page of dialogue was missing from one of my audiobooks.
No.
Did I tell you this?
How'd you figure that out? Did you report it?
I was listening to this book, and there's a scene where they talk about axes flying out of armoires, and it's the weirdest analogy in the entire world. And so I was just ready to hear them talk about it. And then I didn't hear it. And then I listened to the rest of the audiobook and was like, oh, well, I was driving. Like, it must have happened. Like, it was just like a really quick, like, moment of dialogue. I wonder if I just missed it. And then I was like, I didn't miss it. And I was like, no, Hannah, you did miss it. I gaslit myself into thinking that I missed like 3 minutes of this audiobook because I was driving. Wow. And I couldn't remember where it was. And so I listened to the entire audiobook again. And I get to the segment and I pull my book out because
it's gone because you have the book.
And I'm reading with, and there's an entire page of dialogue that's missing from this audiobook. And I said, I knew it. I knew it.
Did you report it?
And I'm like, should I like call them? Like, do I like email them? I'm like, hey, just want to let you know that in this recording, this page of dialogue is missing. But
absolutely, you should do it, and then we'll hear what they say when they get back to you.
So and then I noticed I was like, only me would be listening to an audiobook and be like, it's fine. I just missed it.
In The Hobbit,
you would know.
In The Hobbit, I would know. Yeah.
Glowing.
I had one more piece of news I forgot to say.
Okay, yeah. Say.
The original art for the first appearance of Deadpool just sold at auction for $7.5 million. Isn't that crazy?
Anywho, Deadpool, how much, huh?
$7.5 million.
Does that person want to give me $1 million to pay for the rest of my school?
It's the cover of New Mutants number 80. What is it?
Crazy.
98, number 98, his first appearance. Yeah.
That's bonkers.
I know. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
So,
Pull list, pull list, pull list. Friends, a pull list. We are to the segment where Dad is going to talk to us about comic books. Hannah, I don't know anything about comic books. Friend, we are going to educate you. Dad is going to share with us his pull list.
Edumacate.
Edumacate? Did you
That's
like
right.
that?
That's how we do it.
Yeah, we gonna educate you.
That's right.
A pull list is the list of comics that you give the proprietor of your local comic book shop. Ooh, words. That way they can pull. See, get it? From their inventory. They can pull from their inventory the comics that you are interested in collecting. That way you can make sure that you have all of the books that you're reading saved for you in a little stack. So when you go there on New Comic Book Wednesday, you can get all of the bookies that you want. Dad is going to share with us 5 books. He has curated, friends, for us a list of books. He's going to share with us one from Marvel, one from DC, the big 2. He's going to share with us an independent. He's going to share with us a new number 1. Sometimes these issues, man, is legacy number 1128. And that's spooky to jump into. Man, this book's been going on for 1128 issues. That's bonkers. New number 1 is a new place for you to jump on. So if you wanted to start collecting today, you could go into your local comic book shop and request this issue number 1. And then he has for us his book of the week, which is his most favoriteest book that he has read.
Okay.
All week long.
So it's a big Marvel week.
Really?
Yeah. But we're going to start with our DC book of the week. It's issue 1. It is a huge title. I'm sorry, Hannah.
Okay, I'm ready. 10.
Super Pets Special.
Oh, we love the DC Super Pets.
The Bite-dentity Crisis. Like bite instead of identity, it's B as in bite. And on the cover is Haley, Nightwing's dog. So
so it's Super Pets Special, the Bite-dentity Crisis.
Bite-dentity Crisis, yes.
And does it say anything about? Okay.
It was a big boy. It was $6, but there's like 3 or 4 stories in here. I thought, first of all, that this was going to be a really good book for kids. Don't get this for kids.
Man, I thought the book that we're going to review was going to be a cute book for kids. That ain't for kids.
That for kids. I know. I've been so totally. Yes.
Woo!
So the Bite-dentity Crisis is a cute book. It's about Bitewing, which is Haley, which is Nightwing's dog, goes to stay on the farm with Ma and Paul Kent while Barbara Gordon and Nightwing go on, like, I think they go to a wedding or something.
That's so cute.
The dog ends up hooking up with other animals to go save some animals that this guy has stolen. Anyway, it's fairly fun. It's a cute movie. There's a beautiful story in there that's about like a cat. And I really enjoy it. It was gorgeous how it was drawn. There was also a story about Damien has a cow. A bat cow.
I'm sorry, Damien.
Yeah, it's a cow that has
it's
like a face that has it's funny. Yeah.
Damien.
And when they moved, they gave all their animals to like not a shelter, but like a place for animals to live, and like I don't know, what do you call that?
A rescue.
A preserve or something like that.
We love a preserve.
They come to find out that they sold them for like
it's giving Animal
and
Farm
stuff. And then but the cow saves the day. And
the horse from Animal Farm.
Yeah, I never read Animal Farm.
You didn't read Animal Farm?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, they say that they're sending the horse to go be in a horsey home, but then a glue truck comes.
Nice,
and they're like,
okay,
yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah.
The final story is Who Woofs the Wolfman instead of Who Watches the Watchman. The Watchmen comic book, the Watchmen movie. And it is literally the book. And they're all animals. And
I'm dead. I need to see it.
It's a little bit silly, but there are some parts in it that are like, oh, I know what this is supposed to be because there's like some adulty parts in it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so
Absolutely not.
yeah, so you've got like yeah. So the art style. The funny thing is, it's drawn and written by Kyle Starks, who I love.
Is that part of the reason why you got it?
No, I got it because
Oh, that's a
yeah,
fun style of
it is
art.
a fun style of art, and it was good. It was a good. I like this, but it's not for kids.
Okay.
This is
Dad
probably
says,
13
buy it.
plus, probably.
Don't let your children's read it.
Correct. Yeah. Anyway, it was a fun book.
Love.
My independent is 2 months in a row. The Department of Truth, issue 24.
It's by whom?
Image. This book is great. We are getting the story behind Lee Harvey Oswald, and it is coming up to the assassination of Kennedy and how he and the Department of Truth are battling the Soviet Ministry of Lies and how they're going to determine what is real in the United States
The
and how
Soviet Ministry of Lies.
and the Americans are the Department of Truth.
Well,
Yep. So it is a lot of exposition, but the story is so well done, and the art just makes this thing just so
the
good.
the art style in Department of Truth is very watercolor based.
It's Timmons is the guy's name, and but yeah, it's
It looks like a
creepy.
watercolor painting,
It does. Yes, I would
like
say
a spooky one.
that. So this is all in the 60s, and how Lee Harvey Oswald comes about getting ready to take the life of.
Well, I just watched Man from U.N.C.L.E,
Okay.
and that takes place in the 60s.
All right.
And it's a Russian spy and an American spy banding together.
I saw that on one of my favorite movies, James Bond and the Spy Who Loved Me.
That is one of your favorite movies. It's on the list of your favorite movies from in my 13-year book.
Really?
Yeah, I think
The
so.
Spy Who Loved Me. That's so funny. All right, so here comes the Marvel block. Make mine Marvel, as Matt said.
Marvel.
So my Marvel book is Amazing Spider-Man issue 54,
Okay.
Legacy 948.
Okay,
So there you
wait.
go.
Amazing Spider-Man
54,
54 Legacy.
948.
See, here's what I'm saying. That is terrifying.
Well, this is the
It's a
end
man
of
of
the
legacy
story.
for sure.
This has been going on. This story has been going on for 54 issues in this one. And
Amazing
the previous
Spider-Man says,
run,
I'm tired.
probably it's bits and pieces of it have probably come from the last 20 issues of the previous. So 70 to 100 issues have been dealing with Norman Osborn and his sins being taken away by the Sin Eater. And now they are inside a spear that stabbed Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man had all of Norman Osborn's sins. And this is the culmination of that. How the Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, and Spider-Man battle one another, and Peter Parker's own soul spirit is able to defeat the evil soul spirit of the Green Goblin, and they end up saving the day, and both of them end up as friends at the end.
We love a day saved.
There's some good side characters in this. You get Miss Marvel, and with Dr. Octopus's arms, J. Jonah Jameson's in it. There's a character called Rick Rap, which is Parker backwards. He's basically a demon that was created during another storyline that's just silly and wants to be a superhero. And he's a fun character. So I like where it ended. I feel like this is drug on forever. But I'm glad because now Peter, if I'm not mistaken, Peter Parker, I think Norman Osborn left Peter, basically gave him everything. So Peter Parker
So he
now
has all
maybe-
Green Goblin stuff.
No, not just that. He has all of
All the
Osborn-
monies.
all the monies that he had
Osborn
lost
Corps.
ages ago. Oscorp, yeah. I don't know how that's all going to play out, but I like it. It's good. The art is great. I am glad that this storyline is done. Next issue will be 949, which means it'll be a throwaway issue. because when they do $9.50, it'll be
gonna
a
be a big
$10 comic book. Yeah. So,
It's going to be a big one.
all right. So,
Okay, I remembered the thing that I was going to ask you, but that had vanished from my mind.
what?
And because it's Spider-Man related. I watched
Go.
a video where these group of nerds had to decide if they were going to delete Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Do you know my
And I
answer?
knew your answer. I knew your answer immediately, but I
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about it. Dad's answer is to delete Andrew Garfield.
100%. Yeah. But here's the deal. Other than Empire Strikes Back, it's hard to be the second.
It's hard to be the second.
Yeah. And
It
I
is.
love the Tobey Maguire, except for that the third
The
movie,
Punch Me, I Bleed.
which wasn't. And though now that I go back and watch it, it's sort of fun.
It's campy.
It is campy, and it wasn't the director's fault.
He's like dancing.
Yeah, that's
down
hilarious.
Oh, and they bring Gwen Stacy in.
That.
Oh man,
that
it's
was-
Bryce
yeah,
Dallas Howard as Gwen
I know.
Stacy. Hysterical.
That's what they should have done. They should have had her been Gwenpool in the whatever movie.
Sorry, I made that face because I read what Matt said, and I need you to read what Matt said in the comments.
I never loved Empire. What's that?
Because you talked about Empire Strikes Back. He's like, not everyone can be great number two.
Oh no, this is the moment of the podcast where we delete followers. Just kidding. Can't. He's family. Let's go to my new number one. That's hilarious.
Sorry.
I thought he meant that terrible TV show with Terrence Howard. Empire.
Maybe he did.
Yeah, that's what he meant. That's what he meant. I'm sure that's what he meant.
I'm
Anyway,
sure that's what he
You're
meant.
not sure that's what he meant. It's in my top 10 movies.
Book of
all
the
time,
week.
that's all.
It's the book
no,
of the week.
No, it's my new number one.
Oh, I didn't write BOW, which is why I was ready for you to tell me. Okay, I'm sorry.
My new number one is what if Donald Duck became Wolverine?
Yes.
Okay, so it's fun. It's great because the art is so, it's like you've got classic Wolverine covers in there, but it's Donald and like Pluto is the Hulk. So here's the deal. They don't call him like Donald Reen or Donald Veen or whatever. It's Donald Wolverine. It's Mickey Hawkeye is what his name is. It is
They made Mickey Hawkeye?
yeah, Goofy Hulk.
No.
Goofy
Goofy
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah, so that's what they are. And
Is he like a tall, skinny Hulk?
no, and actually it's funny because he has he's the gray Hulk. And then at the
Hysterical.
end he becomes the green Hulk. And the villain is of Duckburg is
Scrooge McDuck.
nope. Instead of Red Skull, it's Pete Skull. Do you remember Pete
Yes.
from the Goofy movie?
The
Yeah.
angry guy.
Yeah, it's Pete Skull.
His son was like blumbering
Yes.
and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
cutesy.
Yeah. So this is
And
a fun
girl
book.
with the beret liked him.
There's a whole lot of cool cameos, or I mean, variant covers in it. There's
That's so fun.
yeah, and so next issue is what if Donald were Thor? So that's the
Are you going
next
to get
one.
it?
Oh, absolutely.
So is this
it's
a one
Pluto
shot?
Colossus.
It's a new series.
It's a what if series. I think they're going to have 3 or 4 issues. Yeah,
Okay, so this would be an issue 1, not a one shot.
I would say yes because they're
Okay.
doing I think it's what if Donald Duck became, and I think the next one's going to be became Thor.
Classic.
So it's funny because the cover it's a classic Wolverine where he's got his claws up and he's telling people to come here, but there are marshmallows on his claws.
I'm dead. That's so funny. I need you to know that in line to see Deadpool and Wolverine, I told Trevin the story of the Wolverine action figure that you had in the basement that said, "What's up, bub?" And I would go down and
Yeah.
just press it. And you had him like still in his box,
Yes.
but I would click
Don't
him.
anymore.
"What's up, bub?
Yeah. Back off, bub.
Back off, bub.
Yeah.
Slice and dice."
Slice and dice was the other one. Yes.
I love that. I
That's
would go
so
down and I
funny.
would just play
That
with
is
it.
so fun. Maybe that's why the battery died. Who knows?
Killed it.
Yeah. So my book of the week,
Book of the week for real this time.
it is Blood Hunt Red Band issue 5.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I know. I ripped them out so I could read them.
Blood Hunt Red Band?
It's the Red Band version, which is the not for children because it's bloodier or whatever.
Goodness.
It's just
Issue
Blood Honey issue
5.
5. 5 of 5. It's the end. So the
And it's
world has
Marvel.
been, yes, the world is all vampires.
Yes. I remember this.
And this is the end of this story. Doctor Strange is in his astral form because his real body had been turned into a vampire.
Classic.
And everyone's fighting everyone. You got all the Moon Knights come back. The Khonshu's there. We talked about that last week.
Yes.
So, but they're still losing. So Doom says, I can do this, but I have to have the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme. Since you can't do it because you're a ghost or whatever.
Yeah, you a vamp now, my guy.
And so because you can always, trust Doom at his word. Doctor Strange says, you have to give me your word that once you have saved the planet, you will give me the mantle back. And he says, you have my word. So Doctor Doom becomes Sorcerer Supreme.
And saves the planet.
He gets rid of this menace. And then Doctor Strange is like, all right, give it back to me. And he goes, I've not saved this planet yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like a fairy bargain to me. That sounds like you
Absolutely.
made a
Monkey
fairy
ball.
bargain.
So explain a fairy bargain.
So if you're going to make like a bargain with like the fae or with fairies, you have to be very careful about how it's worded.
Sort of
because
like
if you leave any empty space that they can like
wiggle room.
wiggle around it. So like in a book that I
8
read.
8 billion genies.
Yeah, 8 billion. In a book that I read, a girl made a fairy bargain where where this person had to leave her alone, had to leave her alone for that night and could not. She's like, go stay at this place and don't talk to me until I talk to you. And so all he had to do was spend until it was not night anymore in a different place. And then he could go find her and like make her talk to him, make her speak a word. And if she spoke a word, he was able to speak to her back rather than like wanting like a week alone.
Gotcha.
So you gotta be careful with fairy bargains.
Because that's what happened. After he fixes everything, one of the things that he does is he makes it to where the vampires, now there are vampires, still vampires, there's good vampires.
I mean, I believe that.
They don't have to be out at night. Miles Morales does not get changed back to a human. So Miles Morales is spider vampire. And then after everything is saved, yay, everything's saved, something is transmitted over every device. And it is the vampire threat is over and our world is safe once more. And you have but one man to thank, Earth's new superior sorcerer supreme, Victor Von Doom.
LOL.
And then at the back of the book, there's a picture of all the superheroes kneeling before Doom, and it says One World Under Doom coming in November. So that's Marvel's new thing.
That's going to be cool.
I know, it is going to be cool. It was cool because in the Fantastic Four book, at the end of the Fantastic Four book, there was much more said about this.
Okay, fun.
It's a great book too, but I thought I would give it to Amazing Spider-Man.
That's sweet.
All right.
Love it. Okay.
That's it, folks.
Total Party Killer or Madame Webb?
Let's do Madame Webb.
Okay.
Since we just did comics.
You were going to say folks.
Yeah, Hannah and I watched Madame Webb, which is PG-13 on Netflix.
Absolutely garbage.
You say that with such a happy face.
That's because it was delightful.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite thing was we're immediately watching this movie.
Oh, Trevin watch it with you too?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
I was watching it by myself. I told Trevin that I needed to watch this and asked him if he wanted to FaceTime me and we could watch it together. And he said, no. And I said, fair enough. So I watched it by myself. But the first 10 minutes are these weird humans in Peru, ? Who are in bad spider costumes. Running really fast.
Terrible spider costumes.
It was bad.
The special effects were horrible.
It was so bad. Their bodies were
yes. You could tell they were just being lowered down on a line and they were acting like they were, yeah. Anyway, go
It
ahead.
was awful. I loved it.
So in the comic book, the villain Ezekiel, I liked him in the comic book. If I'm not mistaken, that was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was J. Michael Straczynski's run, and it was drawn by John Romita Jr., which is I love. But I don't remember. First of all, Ezekiel wearing an outfit.
He was in a Spider-Man outfit.
Made like the Spider Monkey, sort of like that one.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
So this movie follows Cassie.
I don't even know what her name was.
Madame Webb.
Madame Webb.
Dakota Johnson, if you will.
There you go.
Dakota Johnson. And my favorite thing was that guy I can't remember what his name is, but
the guy plays Ezekiel.
No,
who
the
in
male
comic,
lead.
Yeah, his name was Ezekiel. And like Matt says on the thing.
The love interest.
Oh, he's not a love interest. He's married.
Oh, that's his sister.
What?
Yeah, that was his sister.
Oh, well, I don't think they're love interests.
They're totally love interests.
There was no way in the world that I should know they were love interests.
Oh, I immediately knew they were love interests.
No way.
They had talked about there was tension when he was like, I'm dating someone, it's a big deal. Oh my goodness, I just Googled the cast. It has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. Madame Webb has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. And we watched this movie.
Yes, we did. I watched the whole thing.
Well, I thought it was really funny that Adam Scott's character's name was Ben.
Oh, like
and
Ben.
His name is Ben in Parks and Recreation.
What's his last name?
His character's name.
Did they give him a last name?
It's Mary Parker and Ben Parker. I think it's Peter Parker's
mom and dad. Gotcha. I don't remember that at all.
Because Emma had a baby. Like Emma Roberts, her name's Mary in the movie, but Emma Roberts had a baby and she had a son, and they were like guessing what his name was. And then there was an explosion. Anyways, she almost dies. Our main character, Dakota Johnson, whose name is
in childbirth.
No, she almost dies.
Yeah, in childbirth too.
Oh yeah, she like almost
die.
drowned. Her mom dies.
Not almost drowned. No,
she almost drowned. That's how she got access to her powers again.
Yes, but when she was a baby, they were giving birth in this.
She just had a water birth. She didn't almost drown.
I know. That's why I thought, what do you mean she's almost drowned?
She almost drowned.
Okay.
In the middle of the movie when she gets her powers.
I do remember that. Yes, but in the people, the spider people give the mom the spider bite, and then she gets the powers to walk the web. Yeah, this is how bad this movie is.
Talk about it. It was awful. I loved it. The three girlies
were terrible.
Were hysterical. I need you to know that the girl who played Anya is Isabella. She was Dora in the Dora movie in 2019.
Dios mio.
Which is hysterical. Sydney Sweeney, the girlie who plays Glasses, was on Euphoria and is like so big right now in the rom-com scene.
They can't. I was like, these guys are terrible.
I'm like, how did they get her to be in this movie?
Just got all these guys tried to kill you. Let's walk away from this campsite to go to and dance on the top of a table at a diner.
I thought that was hysterical. They're teenage girls. Teenage girls are dumb.
Not that dumb.
That's from a girl who used to be a teenage girl.
What if one of the 8 HBO executives are a teenage girl?
Then she has great self-esteem and has great interpersonal skills to sit in that boardroom. Here's the thing. I loved being a teenage girl, but we make bad choices.
Yeah, well.
Our frontal cortex ain't done developing yet.
Nope, I know. I tell you what, it was so funny. They stole an ambulance at one point.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
And the guy jumps on top and they use the shockers to shock the ambulance.
That was hysterical.
So I had dinner with an EMT firefighter.
Did you ask if that was possible?
And I said, tell me, is this possible? And he goes, I'm dead. We don't even use those paddles anymore. Now they're little peel-offs that just stick on. Yeah, nobody uses those shockers. And he goes, no, you're not going to shoot nobody through the roof with that. Yeah. Matt says, who leaves the kids in the woods anyway?
Who leaves
And I like
kids?
how she has a stolen, taxi that doesn't have a GPS in it. And
Classic.
she like flies overseas. Where does she park it? At the
I
airport?
know
And then
nothing.
just-
Yeah. That was my favorite thing. My favorite thing is she's like, you know where I have to go in the middle of all of this? Back to Peru. I was
I'm
like, okay, girl, pop off. You are being wanted for abducting 3
Child abduction.
high school girls. There's no way you are making it on a plane out of the country. Girly pop.
So the part that just got me the most was the end. When she's in her wheelchair
And
with
she's like so
blindfolded.
serene and is like,
Because
I
that's-
see it all.
That's the picture of Madame Webb.
Is her in the chair?
She's in a chair and she's blindfolded, but she's way old. She
Really?
like 80 years old. Yeah. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is how we're getting there.
My favorite is that her character completely changed. That she was this like,
Oh,
I
yes.
don't care.
Yeah,
was
I don't
like,
care. And it's like,
I don't care. Leave
now
me
I can
alone.
see the
And then she was like,
future.
I am serene
I
and
am walking
everything
the
is
web.
new. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, girly. I'm glad that
And
you
the
feel
lottery numbers are 6, 12, 23, 46, 62.
What if those are the lottery numbers tomorrow?
Fart knocker, I better get some.
Yeah, dang.
That's funny.
I would like to apologize for all teenage girls that I have just said you're stupid. I don't think you're stupid. I think you're wonderful and lovely. And sometimes when your brain isn't developed, you don't make great choices yet.
There you go. Absolutely. And
Love
boys are worse.
Hannah. Yes.
Boys are worse.
Girls are, what I like to say,
boys
is
are
girls-
dumb and girls are mean,
boys are dumb and girls are mean,
which we always say. Yeah.
which is just a fact.
So, do you have anything else to add about this movie? I
0
thought it
out
was
of 10.
terrible.
Would not recommend unless you enjoy laughing and a goofy movie. And if you're going to watch a goofy movie, you might as well watch the goofy movie and not
no
this.
kidding, because that's great. The Goofy movie is amazing, and Goofy is a
Man.
great dad.
Goofy is such a great dad. Goofy movie 2.
Do you know who the best cartoon dad of all time is?
Marlon.
Nope.
Who?
Doofenshmirtz.
Oh, he loves his daughter so much and he doesn't understand her at all.
I know, but he
Do you know
wants
that?
to.
Do you know that there's a resurgence to do Phineas and Ferb again?
Gosh,
And they're
I hope
actually
so.
in
It
talks of
is
doing Phineas and Ferb again.
So great. I
Have you
love it.
seen the breaking down of the Phineas and Ferb platypus, Perry the Platypus meme?
No, listen. The dude who does the voice of Doofenshmirtz literally sang the song
He
at a
sings
party.
everything.
No,
He
but they-
writes all of the music.
But he's there, and all these kids are around him and everything, and they go, "What?" It's back and forth. The platypus controlling me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He
All right.
has made a resurgence in a big way on TikTok and Instagram.
All right. Good deal.
Okay.
So Hannah and I read a book by Scout Comics that I thought the art style looked like, oh, this might be a fun little book.
I was so ready for it to be so cute. And then it was bang, smash, dead. And
it
I was
is
like,
called
oh, absolutely not.
Total Party Killer. If you don't know what that means, it's a Dungeon and Dragon term, in that this character could kill your whole party. So if you've played Final Fantasy, if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons or any type of, action or role playing or whatever, TPK
A TPK.
is like you go up against a dragon, you don't have enough.
And it's not like I'm a level 3 I'm a level 3 bard. And we're like, no, this is like we've been playing in this campaign for years and we are sitting down and there's an ice dragon that pops up and it's oh no.
Yeah.
Beholders
Like a
can be
level
TPKs,
99.
dragons. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
So explain this comic.
So this comic is this young girly pop who wants to like prove herself and wants to be an adventurer. And so she joins this adventuring party as an apprentice. And the thing that I think is really fun is that it very much leans into like the D&D like role playing like theme. And so like she hands
Yes.
she hands them her resume, and if you look close at her resume, it has boxes and lines like it's a character card in
Yes,
D&D
it sure
or something
does.
like that, which I thought was really cute. And then as it like goes forward, so like she joins this group as an intern and is like in charge of like giving them their potions and like carrying all of their things. And as you're introduced to the party, it's like such and such person. So
Level
like
this.
our main character, her name is Verity. She's a level 1 unpaid apprentice. We
Yes.
also have, I'm trying to find other people's names. Bastian, level 14 knight. Bartletook, he's a level 9 sorcerer. And Cregan, who's a level 11 rogue. And
Well,
so we
and then
have
the
all
girl that dies
and then
quick.
the girl that dies like right at the very front of
Yeah.
everything because of an arrow to the head and a potion to the face.
Right.
But they're fighting Dracolites, and
They're like
they're
spawn of a dragon.
spawn of a dragon,
hmm
and then their cleric beats it because of the potion to the face and the arrow to the head, and Verity gets called upon to be the cleric because every
60% chance of failure without a healer.
Yeah, every party needs a healer. And so they are on this hunt for this dragon because Bastian wants to.
Well, that's his thing, right? That's
That's
when you
his
go to
thing is
get,
he's
what
a
do you call
dragon
it?
slayer.
Yeah, but you go to the inn to get a job.
Yeah, so that's how it starts. So she's
Yeah.
at the tavern to get a job. They get a job to defeat this dragon, and they go to defeat the dragon, and they end up in the dragon's lair, and then it's all of the shenanigans to fight the dragon. And this dragon's spooky.
It's weird. It's creepy.
It's a creepy
It's
dragon.
not scary. It's just
It's
different
just blum.
because the art style is very cartoony.
It's like a skinny, wavy dragon, not like a bulky.
This
dragon.
feels like a Danny Phantom type of art style.
It's David Yu.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
But he drew and wrote it. Yeah, are we going to spoil this or no?
I mean, go for it. Why not?
I don't want to spoil. I mean, because the end is
It's a spoily end.
it's a spoiler.
I did not see it coming. Did you see it coming?
Not see it coming at all.
I was like,
No.
what? No.
But I knew there was only a page or two left, and that the party was down to just, the ones that were there, and I thought this got to end fast, so something's got to happen, and then blam! Oh, didn't know that was there, but yeah, it has a surprise ending. This looks like it would be for kids, but there is blood and guts throughout it.
not.
But it's
It is
cartoony, 100% cartoony. I don't know if they say bad words or not.
I don't
They
remember
might.
reading bad words, but there's like
I think they did.
blood and guts and gore and
I think there might have been one or two bad words.
stuff like. Oh no, he says a bad word at the very end
Yeah.
about the dragon.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's.
And he says a couple bad words, and it's Bastian. It's
Yeah, I thought
Bastian
he
and the
did.
Rogue.
I thought he did. I thought the girl did too. Yeah. So it's a fun book. It's a quick read. I don't think I would have purchased it. But Trevin got this for you, correct?
Yeah, Trevin bought this because it looked fun, and then he read it and was like, "Oh, you'd think this is interesting."
There you go.
It's a
yeah.
one shot. It's $8. It's a big book.
Yeah, it's a prestige format type book.
I don't know what that means.
It's just fancy, feels thick. Got a good
Did you
cover.
buy it?
No. But do you have it there with
Yeah,
you?
I have it.
Is it like a? Okay, yeah.
She's thick.
Yeah, it is thick.
And
I thought it had a special back, but it doesn't. So it's
It does not. I mean,
Okay.
Is this a special back?
no, it's not. I'm talking about the binding. So
No, I mean it's just staples.
Gotcha.
But it's really cute. I don't. Is Scout Comics around still?
Oh yeah. They still make books all the time.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I would
I think
recommend.
it's fun if you like Dungeons and Dragons and you are mature.
If you
I don't
yeah.
mean like old. I mean it's fun.
A teenager
And
would
it's-
read and enjoy this
Yeah.
if they're
but-
like
but
a
if
late
you are-
teenager.
If you like Dungeons and Dragons and you like animation type stuff, you would think this was fun. And we're not going to spoil the end.
The end is so good. Would recommend reading to the end. It's not.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's not a lot of dialogue on every page, and there's
the art does a lot of the work.
The art does a lot of the work, so it's a quick read, but it's a thick book.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like that they have to use mushrooms that glow.
Mushrooms that glow, and the gnome. That was not the gnome. The dwarf being stingy with the gold, and then meeting his end swiftly because he was like gold, gold, gold.
Yes. I guess, was he a dwarf? I didn't realize he was.
I don't know.
Dwarf.
He looked like he was
very.
He was shorter than everyone, and he had
a
beard.
I could see that. Very dwarf-like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, the art is fun, and it's actually some of the art sort of looks anime-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go.
I enjoyed it. It was a fun read.
Hannah liked it. I thought it was okay.
Different vibe than some of the comics we've been reading. So thought it might be fun to do a different vibe.
This is absolutely. So that's it, guys. That's what we've done. We have talked the best, worst movie you can see on Netflix.
Indeed.
And a one-shot comic that I read for free on Hoopla.
Woo!
So there you go. Yeah.
We left free.
I know it.
My man's bought it, but it was a hot second ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
But not too long ago. I mean, I think it was just like a couple years ago. Maybe even a year ago.
Scout Comics TPK release.
December 2023. It's not even a year old.
I was going to say, it's at least a little bit of a time old.
Yeah. December 2023. All right.
It was fun.
Well, there we go. Hannah.
Friends, thanks for coming and hanging out with us on our little corner of the internet. Hey, we think you're cool and we like you. And we're glad that you were here. Our intro music is written and done by Brockwell Nason. You can check him out any place you listen to musics. He is a new dad, and we think that you should check his stuff out. That way he feels your love from wherever you are. Our art was done by my dear sweet brother in Microsoft Paint. He is multi-talented and wonderful. Thanks you for doing that for us, bud. I edit and upload our podcast. Dad does our website. No, our YouTube videos. I can speak words. And we're glad for you to hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. And our folks who are here with us live and in person, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. And until next time, we will
catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye, guys.
Bye, sweet friends.